Now, back to the epic battle between our hairy friends. Before we begin analyzing each battle attribute, let's discuss what version of Kong will be facing off against this beast titan. In GVK, we saw that Kong grew around 337 feet tall. For this battle, however, we are going to travel back 51 years to 1973 during the events of Kong's Skull Island and use this Kong. It may come as a surprise to some of you, but this Kong was only a teenager before it grew to this size. We will use this one to simulate what would happen if it runs into the extremely powerful Beast Titan, which measured 17 meters tall. Note that at the end of this video, we will also take a look at an alternative scenario where both of these Titans are the same height. Now, let's get ready to jump into the battle analysis. Corporal attributes. Time to compare the big monkeys. Apes. Measuring around 104 feet tall, Teenager Kong was a strongly built titan, with most of its muscular density happening up here, its upper torso. Its only armor, a thick layer of fur that covered most of its body except its chest, extremities, and face, making these locations vulnerable for any projectile attacks or melee damage. Its arms, however, have been used in the past to block any incoming projectiles, giving Kong an extra buffer to protect from incoming attacks. Zeke's Beast Titan is a gigantic ape-like creature with a similar posture as Kong, who is also covered in fur. Except this guy's mid-torso is exposed from the front to the back. Similar to Kong, this area is exposed to any incoming melee attacks or incoming projectiles that might be thrown at him at high speeds. Given that the Beast Titan's arms aren't necessarily as thick as Kong's, these offer no real blocking potential in terms of surface area. So who takes the edge? Both of these Titans are muscular in their own regard, but the Beast Titan's exposed torso puts him at a disadvantage, giving this edge to Kong. But don't be fooled. The Beast Titan has something special up its sleeve later. Close-range weaponry. Kong, as many of you know, is an apt combatant with a few devastating close-range weapons. The first being his powerful set of upper limbs tipped with these bone-crunching fists that can inflict an insane amount of punching power and that could send other smaller creatures to the afterlife. Another close-range weapon that Kong could use would be its jaws. These are packed with teeth that allow Kong to eat other titans. These two canines, however, are specifically built to pierce tough hides and rip flesh. Kong's last close-range weapon is its set of two legs, capable of dealing a crushing blow to anything underneath his leg's range of motion. Zeke's Beast Titan, on the other hand, is armed with claws strong enough to crack stone with ease and climb solid structures. Given that these can pierce stone, it's not far-fetched to assume that these could also pierce Kong's hide, let alone these exposed areas if he manages to get close enough. But his inability to deal heavy blows and rip flesh like his opponent gives Kong the edge once again on close-range weaponry. Intelligence. This battle of titans does not come without its fair share of cunning and strategy. In the Monsterverse, Kong has proven to be the smartest titan when it comes to overall intelligence. Let's not forget that his ancestors had the ability to build entire societies and a civilization of Kongs, which included an army of these titans. Kong was capable of determining his opponent's attack patterns, creating weapons, and understanding the physics on how they could be used exactly. This titan's brain was also extremely large as well, which is an indicator of high intelligence in the ape species. But how does the Beast Titan compare? For those who haven't heard of this type of titan before, they are controlled by titan shifters, individuals who have the ability of turning into a titan form at will. Veteran shifters like Zeke have years of experience controlling their titan form, which allows them to make more rational decisions while in combat. The Beast Titan in this battle will basically be controlled by a human. In Attack on Titan, Zeke has proven to be a highly intelligent and sometimes manipulative individual capable of outwitting an opponent or even a whole army. Although we have seen Kong successfully outwit other titans, human intellect has been the pinnacle of intelligence in the animal kingdom, second to none, giving this edge to the Beast Titan. Dexterity, also known as the level of skill you possess when using your hands or upper appendages. Both of these titans have proven to have excellent use of their throwing capability. In the film Kong Skull Island, Kong was able to create weapons and use a propeller as a ball and chain to successfully injure a skullcrawler. Kong's accuracy and range was also shown when he speared a moving target in midair, immediately killing almost everyone on board. A random human attempting to perform these maneuvers would probably fail on the first attempt. Note that Kong has been hurling objects ever since he was a child. In the novelization of Godzilla vs. Kong, we find that Kong had some strange beef with the sun. Hundreds of years of hurling objects at an unreachable object allowed him to hit targets at a great distance, which is probably why this ended up happening. Zeke, however, was no random human. As a child, Zeke developed a special, and in this case, useful talent, throwing. That's right, folks. Finally, a Titan that can match Kong's throwing capability. In both seasons 3 and 4, we see the Beast Titan display its sniper-like accuracy as he hurls objects such as boulders at humans from a mile away. And even capable of picking up irregular objects such as a horse and hitting a human at a considerable distance. This capability doesn't just end here. These objects can also be thrown at supersonic speeds, causing a massive amount of damage to its unfortunate target. Both of these Titans are masters at the art of hurling, but given that the Beast Titan can throw smaller objects at a smaller target at supersonic speeds, Zeke's Titan takes the edge for dexterity. But will any of this matter when it comes to strength? Overall strength. Apes in general are one of the strongest species in the animal kingdom, with animals such as gorillas capable of lifting 10 times their own body weight. But can this strength be leveraged? A specific example of Kong's strength as a teenager comes in this scene. Being able to quickly grab and carry a boulder, jump, and land with perfect accuracy takes an immense amount of strength. Its muscular build is concentrated on the upper part of its body, aka business end of this Titan. But you know who else can carry giant boulders? Titan shifters. In fact, some of these Titans can carry things that are also many times their own weight. If this wasn't enough, this Beast Titan is one of the strongest Titan forms of all time. But how is it so strong if its arms look skinny? Same reason why orangutans and chimpanzees are extremely strong. The answer: fast twitch muscles. A higher concentration of these allows for better powerlifting super heavy objects, other strenuous activities, and in this case, throwing. The mix of this muscular composition along with its long arms can create enough centrifugal force to hurl an object at extreme speeds. Although the Beast Titan isn't necessarily bigger than Kong, its muscular density and its paranormal amount of Titan strength puts him at equilibrium when it comes to overall strength. Locomotion. Fast movements in this battle will allow these Titans to avoid getting hit repeatedly. In the film Kong Skull Island, this Titan was capable of running at fast speeds enough to catch up to flying helicopters. Kong isn't only fast on flat terrain. When it comes to uneven ground such as rocky terrain or cityscapes, Kong is able to move on or through them with ease. Zeke's Beast Titan, on the other hand, could also move relatively fast when he wanted to. But this Titan wasn't necessarily known as a fast mover. Compared side by side, Kong's taller stature only means that his strides cover more distance with each step, allowing him to cover more ground in less time. Kong has been a Titan known for getting up close and personal with the opponent, meaning that his combat approach must also have an agile element. This was displayed against the Skullcrawler in 1973. Kong's ability to cover more ground, climb at faster speeds, and avoid obstacles gives him the edge over the Beast Titan in terms of locomotion. We are almost ready to find out who could win. But first, we need to bring up some final important details about these Titans. X Factor. The Kong species, like early human civilizations, probably had a way of collecting proof of victory. And by this we mean trophies. In this case, heads. In GVK, we saw Kong rip the heads off both the Warbat and the mech. This odd, hardwired tendency to rip heads off in battle is proof of the violent nature of the Kong species. In the real world, there just so happens to be a correlation between intelligence and violent behavior. The Kong species, along with some other Titans in the Monsterverse, display this with the beheading of other kaiju after defeating them. A violent nature, however, isn't a Beast Titan's most important virtue. In this specific world of Titans, these creatures come with an ability found nowhere else: instant regeneration. Titan shifters like Zeke have the ability to leave their Titan form if critically injured and transform into a Titan once again. That is, for a limited number of times. A Titan like this also has the ability to regenerate any part of its body. Only a severe injury to the nape can expose the Titan shifter. If that was difficult already, this Titan has the additional ability to harden this part of its body to make it all the more difficult to access if threatened. In conclusion, both of these Titans have different approaches to combat. Kong's approach will be to close in the distance between him and the Beast Titan as fast as possible to reduce the amount of projectiles being hurled at him and avoid getting hit in a vulnerable organ. The Beast Titan's main goal would be to maintain enough distance to land a barrage of projectiles to Kong, enough to weaken him and protect its human form. We now have enough data to determine the winner of this fight. Kong, with his massive build and muscular composure, wins the edge in corporal build and close-range weaponry and locomotion. Zeke's Beast Titan, with its human-controlled attributes, wins the edge in both intelligence and dexterity. These two Titans, however, are equal when it comes to overall strength, thanks to their unique muscular compositions and supernatural abilities. By compiling all our data, we determined that Kong is most likely to win this battle, but at a cost. While it's very possible that the Beast Titan could almost snipe Kong's vulnerable organs at a distance, a stone of this size wouldn't necessarily be strong enough to kill Kong with one shot. Being hit once already will leave Kong with no other choice than to close the distance between him and the Beast Titan as fast as possible, while protecting its face with his arms. In a close 1v1, Kong would most likely instantly defeat the Beast, given that his hands alone are large enough to envelop the Beast Titan or to dismember him. Even if Zeke himself manages to escape and transform again, Kong's tendency to rip heads off his victims will eventually expose an already exhausted Zeke. But what if Zeke's Beast Titan was just as large as Kong? Well, then we would have a much different scenario. Given the size approximations, this Beast Titan would now have the upper hand in close-range weaponry, with the Beast's long claw appendages giving him more range and impact power thanks to centrifugal force. This would allow the Beast Titan to also be more likely to take out his opponent at a distance. Since he is now a larger Titan, he will also be capable of hurling larger objects that could cause even greater damage to Kong, breaking his bones even at a large distance. What do you think the Monsterverse would look like with the advent of a similar Beast Titan? Do you think any other Beast Titan forms in this franchise can defeat Kong? Let us know in the comments. For more fun face-off videos and kaiju documentaries, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Alright, so that was pretty cool. I knew Kong will. I think Kong will win. Because I'm not familiar with the Beast Titan. I'm not familiar with it, but it's cool. So Kong does have the advantage. I have to give it that. Beast Titan, I don't know much about him. Alright. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.